4,000 miles away from his bedroom in the UK. Covering all your favorite sports, he's high in demand. From baseball to football, he's got every angle covered. He's gonna watch your team, even when they get smothered. It's Heist, it is Jolly Good Takes. Introducing your host, Liam.
Hello and welcome to this live stream for game one of the series between the Diamondbacks and the Giants. We will see who will come out on top in this game one. We're literally right about to get underway. I was a little bit late coming on, but we are here now. We're hoping the Giants can win 3 straight games, and it'll be Landon Root. So I think that's a pretty good chance Giants win today because Landon Root's been their best pitcher. He's 5-4 this year, Landon Root, with a 3.27 ERA. In 55 innings pitched, he's got a roughly about a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, so pretty good, and just 2 home runs allowed, which you would say is his strength. He's got a nasty curveball, a good sinker, and a good changeup, and he mixes in that cutter as well sometimes. The Giants, they have not been good this season. We need them to be good. So far, they've been terrible. They are 9 games under 500. If they're going to get back into this season, they need to start winning games and start winning games quickly. Now, leading off for the Diamondbacks is going to be Ketel Marte. Ketel Marte owned the Giants in Arizona. We'll see if he owns the Giants here today as we're about ready to get underway here. So, 0-0 to Ketel Marte. The first pitch is way outside, way high, way outside. No release point there. And it's 1-0 to the Diamondbacks' second baseman. Marte started to come around as he swings and misses. Sinker at the top of the zone. And it's 1-1. And so it's 1-1 as the pitch is a swing on a miss on a curveball, and it's 1-2. Nasty curveball there by Landon Root, and that is his best pitch. When he first came up, he probably threw that pitch just a bit too much, which is why he struggled. And he's got a good pitch mix now, as there's another sinker way high. So he has not got that release point early on the sinker, and the sinker you would say is his weaker pitch. He does lose. Landon Root tends to lose the strike zone a bit. So 2-2 here to Ketel Marte, and there's a swing and a miss on a high sinker. So I don't think he's found the release point on his sinker, but he does get the first out there with a high sinker, and he gets to chase out the top of the zone for the first out of the game. And it'll be Corbin Carroll up next. Corbin Carroll batting over 300 with a 900 OPS. Imagine that. I mean, the Giants actually have that this season. Casey Schmidt, who's been their best hitter. So, but Casey Schmidt has not got the speed or defense in the outfield because Casey Schmidt's good in the infield. But Carroll, he just his speed is just elite, the best of the best. And we saw that in the series in Arizona when he scored an inside the park home run, little league style, as the ball bounced off his helmet. As it's 1-1 here to Corbin Carroll. Landon Root, the pitcher for the Giants, and his curveball's way outside. So still trying to find that release point that he's not got. It's a 12-game hitting streak for Corbin Carroll. 432 average, 2 home runs, 4 triples, 4 doubles, and 10 walks during his hitting streak. Wow. So he's a hot hitter. 2-1 pitch here to Corbin Carroll. It's a high pop-up. It looks like it's going to be playable. Chapman running back. Chapman's still running back. And Chapman catches it on the foul line for out number 2. I don't know if that would have been fair. Hard to tell if that would have been fair if that fell. But a nice catch by Chapman. Doesn't look as sunny as it did the last 2 days. The White Sox just had a miserable time in the sun. As Chapman, I think it would have just been foul, if I had to guess. He kind of overran it, Chapman, before coming back and catching it above his head. As here's Geraldo Perdomo batting 222, and he takes a cutter in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Perdomo, not a great start to his year. I am a big fan of Perdomo. I think he's a very good player, as that changeup is low and away, and it's 1-1. James Hoy is the home plate umpire. Don't recognise his name, so that probably means he's not that bad, as that pitch is close. I'm going to get a challenge. So I ate my words there. I said he's not that bad, and we're going to get a challenge straight away here. We'll see. That was a close pitch. I'm not sure it was worth challenging to for the first, and I mean it was right. So successful challenge there for Daniel Suzak. He's smiling about it. He's like, "Oh, should I challenge that one?" The risk reward with 2 outs here on the top of the first, it's probably not worth a challenge there, but if you win it, you can't complain, right? And it's 1-2 here to Perdomo. So he's gone away, away, away. We'll see if he sticks away as he goes down in on the dirt, and Perdomo swings and fouls that off. I don't know how Perdomo reached that ball. That was almost his bat almost slammed in the dirt there. Contact leaders, Perdomo, fourth highest in baseball. As there's a cutter outside and it's 2-2. It's kind of the Luis Ariz approach, kind of just get contact at all costs. As some wild misses by Roop early here, as the 2-2 pitch is a line drive just foul, and it remains 2-2. As Gilbert is slow to get that. So 15 pitches for Roop. He's wearing the poppy on his chest because it's Memorial Day in America. So happy Memorial Day. As Perdomo hits a high fly ball, right field. Gilbert on the warning track will have enough room to make the catch for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the first. As Roop gets a shutdown inning. That's what you like to see from Roop. I mean, he did not have best command he's ever going to have, but he found a way to battle through it. Well, I mean, he didn't really have to battle. He found a way to get through the inning pretty easily. And if Roop can do that, I mean, the thing with Roop is his stuff is nasty. And he tends to have good control, but he just has these periods where, for some reason, I don't know why, he just completely loses control. Well, if he can just not do that, which is easier said than done, but that's like his final stage, and he'll be one of the best pitchers in baseball. I mean, against the Dodgers at home, we saw that where I think he walked 4 straight. I think he walked in a run. I got the double play and got out of it. But he can just have those wild games, so that's the final area he needs to improve in, I would say. So Willie Adames will be leading off for the Giants, as I just remember. I'm an idiot. I was gonna set up my fantasy team today and put Adames in, and I didn't. But he's probably gonna go over, so, it's fine. As we're about ready to get as we're about ready for the bottom of the second, and the Giants lineup, Willie Adames, as I said, will lead off, followed by Luis Ariz, Casey Schmidt, who's been the Giants' best hitter, Rafi Devers batting fourth, who hit a grand slam, Matt Chapman, Daniel Suzak, Bryce Eldridge is in there, which is the most important thing. Harrison Bader and Drew Gilbert will be the 8-9 hitters. So a good lineup, and it's good to see Bryce Eldridge, who we want to see every day, really. At least he's in there today. As Merrill Kelly will be the pitcher. ERA is not good, and the record is good. So I don't know if that means he had a few rough starts and a few good starts, or he's just been lucky. As he falls behind Adames here 1-0, and now 2-0. Because obviously, normally record, you don't want to take any much away from the record, but sometimes if someone has a good record with a high ERA, they may just have a few bad starts. As a 2-0 pitch here to Willie Adames is popped up into centre field. That ball could find no man's land, and it does find no man's land. I mean, the centre fielder, is it Waldschmidt playing centre field, I think? He just didn't run. That was his ball to get. He should take command. He's a centre fielder. He just stood there. Ketel Marte was going back on it, and he just thought Ketel Marte was going to make the play. I thought the whole way, well, Ketel Marte's not making that play. He doesn't look comfortable. So bad bit baseball there by the Diamondbacks, and the Giants get the lead off batter run, which they did yesterday, and they scored 2 runs. Can they take advantage of it today? There's a pick-off attempt there, and Adames is back safely. Now, Arise bunted last time. We'll see if they want to employ the same strategy. Luis Arise batting 320 on the year, 360 on base, and 420 slugging. Arise is just Mr. Consistent. Now, he did like batting in Sacramento. That's where all his power came from. As he doesn't swing at the first pitch. And it was actually a strike, but the way Moreno caught that is never getting called, and it's never getting challenged. Arise, he likes to take all the way. Got hit twice yesterday by a hit by pitch. Don't think the Giants were happy about that one. As on a pitch here to Luis Arise in there, and it's a strike. 1-1 to Luis Arise. Now, I want to leave in the comment section, do you think Arise will be the Giants' second baseman in 2 months' time? I don't think he will. I think it'll be Casey Schmidt. As the 1-1 here to Luis Arise is fouled down the left field line. Change up there. So it's 1-2 here to Luis Arise. He struck out yesterday, which is rare. And he struck out with runner in scoring position, which is even rarer. As 1-2 pitch is fouled again. Forcing fastball. It was out the zone, but that's where Arise is actually better. He's actually a better hitter outside the zone, which is why he doesn't walk much, because he just goes, oh, I can hit that in the gap. Casey Schmidt is on deck. As there's another foul ball on a changeup. So 1-2 here to Luis Arise. And he's had a few it's a good battle this, as he hits a fly ball to left field. It's gonna be a routine out though for Luis Arise, as the throw comes in to second, and Willie Adames remains at first. So the first out there. Tommy Troy is the left fielder. Ryan Waldschmidt is centre fielder. Corbin Carroll in right. Arenado, Perdomo, Marte, and Jose Fernandez are in the infield. Moreno is the catcher. So a different looking outfield for the Diamondbacks compared to past years, apart from the ever-present Corbin Carroll. As here's Casey Schmidt, who I know said he was batting 300 basically. He's batting 296. It's practically 300. As he takes the first pitch and it's in there, the curveball, and it's 0-1. Can the Giants get on the board early today? 0-1 to Casey Schmidt. As he swings and hits a foul ball, third base line, and that just bobbles into the Giants' dugout. Casey Schmidt, home run in back-to-back days. We'll see if he can make it back-to-back-to-back days with a home run. So he's behind 0-2 here as he takes a slider outside and it's 1-2. Casey Schmidt, his home runs have been coming in the first inning quite a lot. As it's 1-2 to Casey Schmidt. As he takes just down and away, and it's 2-2. Tried to backdoor him there with the sinker, sat it off the plate and get it coming back over the plate and catching the outside corner, but he missed. 2-2 here to Casey Schmidt. Has a good slider, but he lays off, and that's the difference with Casey Schmidt this year. It's a full count. In previous years, Casey Schmidt would have swung through that pitch, and it was a good pitch, you know. It was same line as the sinker, and then just broke away. As it's 3-2 here to Casey Schmidt as he fouls that one off. It remains 3-2. It was a four-seam fastball at the top of the zone. So another good at bat by Casey Schmidt. All this guy's done this year is put good at bat after good at bat. And where would the Giants be without him? He came into the year being, and the Giants had him probably as a role player, and now he's in there every day, and as he should be. Full count here to Casey Schmidt, and there's a ground ball. This should be a double play as Arenado fires it to his second. Marte over to Jose Fernandez. It's the double play. So Schmidt hit a hard ground ball there, but straight to Arenado. And Arenado's not going to miss out on the chance to turn two there. So we go to the top of the second. Nothing, nothing. And the Giants really got a free rally there because Adames hit a lazy fly ball that managed to drop. So the White Sox and the White Sox and the Diamondbacks have not showed how to play defense at Oracle Park. The White Sox bit more understandable. The sun was in the way. The Diamondbacks just Waldschmidt. Now he's a rookie, so you got to expect mistakes. But he should have taken command of that. He didn't, and that allowed Adams to get on first. And now should have had him in fantasy. Could have got a base hit for that. It's okay though. I'm not the best at fantasy. I'm an idiot. I only just realised there was an IL. So I've been having players on my bench that are injured, and only today I realised there was an IL. I, I I thought there was normally an IL, but I couldn't find it. And I found it today, and because I've got Scooble and I got Crochet and I got your Alvarez. I mean your Alvarez day to days, but I got Roman Anthony. So I got a lot of injured players. So maybe it's best I don't have Willie Adames because he'd get injured. And the Giants, for as good as their farm system is with shortstops, they don't have any shortstops that are close. They don't have many shortstops. You know, if Adames gets injured, that's not true. Actually, I take that back. If Adames got injured, Casey Schmidt could play shortstop, and then you could have Eldridge in there every day. Well, that's why we like Eldridge in there every day. It's his Arenado, and he takes it inside. Arenado killed the Giants last time. He hit a grand slam on the sixth pitch of the game against Robbie Ray. It says a strike, and it's 1-1. I'm sure Robbie Ray will not want to face. Well, Robbie Ray's got lucky. He will not be facing the Diamondbacks. So Robbie Ray got lucky there. It says a strike, and it's 1-2 with the cutter. So Root seems to have a better grip for that cutter right now than he does the sinker. As he strikes out Arenado on a called strike three, but we are going to get a challenge here. Now, I don't know. I wasn't looking. The pitch is a strike. There you go. So Arenado, maybe a bit selfish there. I mean, I don't know. He must have thought that was a ball. He was wrong. And it's first out of the inning. As here is Del Castillo. And he swings at the first pitch. He hits a ground ball to Luis Ariz, who goes back, fires it over to Devers, and there's another out. That's the thing with Landon Roop. He gets a lot of ground balls. A lot of ground balls for London Root. I mean, Devers has made some great plays while Root's been pitching. That is Ryan Waldschmidt batting 353. They've moved him up from the bottom of the lineup when we saw him in Arizona. So he takes inside, and it's 1-0. So Root struggling to find that release point on the sinker so far. So if I was Waldschmidt here, I'd be sitting on a cutter, as there is a cutter and it's low, and it's 2-0. That's what if I was a hitter in baseball, I've got to be taking the pitcher's serious. And right now, Root's got a better as he throws a strike, a better command of that cutter than the sinker. So what I'd be doing is I'd be sitting on that cutter and I'd hit a home run because I'm so good, which is why I'm a professional, definitely a professional MLB player. There's 2-1 here to Waldschmidt. Is a curveball in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. As we've said with Root, if you can the keep the walks down, he is going to be one of the best pitchers in baseball. He already is. He's going to be even better. There's a ball, and it's 3-2. 3-2 pitch here to Waldschmidt. There's a swing and a miss on the curveball. For out number 3, beautiful curveball there. Perfect 3-2 pitch from Landon Root. And that's 6 up, 6 down for the Giants. I'm call him the ace. While Logan Webb's not here, I get free permission to call Landon Root the ace. And even when Webb gets back, it's close whether he's the ace or not. So nothing here. There's not 2 outs. I've got to change that. Now I've got to tell you guys something. Here in the UK, it is bloody boiling. It's around 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which hey, in America it gets a lot hotter, but here in the UK we are not built for this heat. We have no aircon. I just got. I hope the fan, which is blowing hot air, keeps them cool enough. So if you see me wiping my face, that's just because it's bloody hot. So we're about ready to get underway for the bottom of the second. Feel free to leave a comment down below if or in the chat if you're watching this live or if you're watching this after. Just saying who has been your favorite Giant, and I'd also like to hear what is the weakest part you think on this team, and who would you like them to get to improve it, or would you like them to go young? Would love to hear that. As it's 0-2 here to Rafi Devers. He hit a grand slam yesterday. They've never hit the Giants a grand slam in 3 straight games. I doubt they're going to do it today, but you never know. So he takes high and it's 1-2. 1-2 here to Rafi Devers. Is a change up down and away, and it's 2-2. The Giants have worked good at bat so far. 20 pitches for Merrill Kelly for 3 outs. That's 2-2 pitch here to Rafi Devers. Is a foul ball. And that was a cutter there on the outside corner. And Devers was on that. He had a good swing on that one, Rafi. Rafi, he's had a good May, and he needed to have a good May. He is a slow starter, but he started really slow this year. As 2-2 pitch here to Rafi Davis is a ground ball to the to second baseman, Ketel Marte. And that's going to be a routine ground out for out number one. I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to predict Bryce Selgers to hit a home run. Maybe it's a biased prediction, but that's my prediction because I want to see it. This is Matt Chapman. And the 0 pitch to Matt Chapman is a strike on the outside corner with the cutter. And it's 0-1. Matt Chapman, he started to turn the corner in terms of hits, but it's just all singles. So his power is still vanished. As Chapman hits a high pop up on the infield. Moreno going back, he's going to leave it for Jose Fernandez at first base to catch it near the mound for out number 2. And Chapman is retired. So, got news today that Logan Webb should be coming back soon. They're thinking about the Colorado series. There's no promise there, but we're looking probably at the Colorado series, which is the next series for Logan Webb's return. This is Daniel Susak, whose average has now dipped to 356. And he swings at the first pitch. And this should be an out as Corbin Carroll comes in. As Ketel Marte fake the catch there and let Corbin Carroll catch it. Juked me out there, Ketel Marte. I thought that's definitely Corbin Carroll's ball. As he went to catch it, I thought, oh. But no, he was just faking it. And I've seen Willie Adames do that a few times, actually. When Chapman just came over in front of him, he's thrown with Matt Chapman as if the ball came to him. So players just like to practice, keep fresh. Happy Memorial Day to all those celebrate. The Giants, if they're gonna get going, the Giants, you've got to one, they're the only team in baseball without a sweep yet. You got to get a sweep, and you got to start now. You got to put 5 wins in a row. Otherwise, this team is definitely going to be sellers at the trade deadline. And you can say goodbye to a rise in Robbie Ray. And Robbie Ray is not going to get you much anymore because he's not been very good. So we're going to go to the top of the third here. Landon Roop so far, so good. 9 up, 9 down. You know, want to take the time just to respect all the people that have lost their lives for America. Yes, I may be British, but United Kingdom and Britain and America have a special bond, and it's important. We take time to respect those who have lost their lives fighting for their country. As Moreno takes a strike, and Moreno hits a high drive to centre field. This ball's carrying, and gone. Home run, Gabriel Moreno. That ball just kept carrying. And it's 1-0 Diamondbacks as Gabriel Moreno hits a home run. So Landon Rope, looked so good there. And an 0-2 count, Moreno drove that one out of here. It was not a bad pitch. It was low. Can't tell if that was a changeup or a cutter. It was. Hard to see. And that ball, for San Francisco, I thought that ball was definitely going to be caught. As here's Jose Fernandez. He takes low, and it's 1-0. So the Giants are down 1-0 here. There's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Reap. You know, what you don't want to do after you hit a home run is give up a walk. Very important. Just get back to what you do best. There's a ball, and it's 2-2. Reap, that's just the third home run he's given up this year. Does not give up many. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the curveball for out number one. It's the fourth strikeout for London Reap. And here's Tommy Troy, sorry. As that pitch is outside and it's 1-1. Tommy Troy takes a ball there and it's 2-1. So Reap, two straight balls. Which isn't a big deal, but you do not want to walk people now, Reap. You've got to keeps attacking that strike zone. One run will not beat you. It's 3-1 now. Well, it shouldn't beat you. With the Giants, it may beat you. But it shouldn't beat you. 3-1 pitch here to Tommy Troy is fouled as his helmet came flying off. An aggressive swing there, as you should do in a 3-1 count. Full count here to Tommy Troy, the number 9 batter for the Diamondbacks, as he just needs some more sticky pine tar for his gloves. Forgot what it was called then. Through to pitch here to Tommy Troy, and he hits a high drive left field. That ball is foul. He got that curveball. He must have been waiting on that curveball. He put a good swing on it, and it just went foul. So Reap, who doesn't give up many home runs, almost gave up 2 in an inning there. Just foul. Actually, on the replay, it looked like it bounced off something and then hit the foul pole. So definitely foul, but it did hit the foul pole. So still another 3-2 pitch here to Tommy Troy. And he gets a weak ground ball, and that's going to go foul as well. So Giants behind early here, thanks to the home run by Gabriel Moreno. That was a very interesting trade. The Gabriel Moreno and Lourdes Gurriel for Dalton Varsho. I can't remember if there was anyone else involved. Dalton Varsho has been a very good player for the Blue Jays, and Moreno and Lourdes Gurriel have been good players for the Diamondbacks. I was just waiting a bit of time here in between pitches. I don't know what's going on with this Tommy Troy at bat. It's the bloody longest at bat ever. So the 3-2 pitch here to Tommy Troy is a line drive bloop drive thingy to right field. It's going to be a base hit. Tommy Troy. Good at bat there by Tommy Troy, the number 9 hitter. That was a weird line drive bloop thing. Didn't know what to call that. It looked like a line drive, but it also wasn't hit hard. But they all count the same. And it's base hit, and here's Ketel Marte. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if he hit a home run. 0-0 here to Ketel Marte. The wind up. The pitch is outside with the cutter. Just want to know. It's not a great cutter. Want to here to Ketel Marte and a big swing and a miss on the changeup. Good changeup there to even the count at 1-1. 1-1 here to Ketel Marte. That's a line drive base hit into centre field. Bader will get to it. Tommy Troy is going to stay at second, so the runners at first and second, and Ketel Marte keeps hitting against the Giants. So Roop, he looked so good the first 2 innings, and he's in a bit of trouble here. As here's Corbin Carroll. So there's a strike in there at the top of the zone. Diamondbacks are looking to add on here. As Corbin Carroll lines onto left field, that's going to be a base hit. Casey Schmidt's going to cut it off. They're going to hold the runner. Tommy Troy at third. It's going to be bases loaded here. So Roop's in a bit of trouble now. We're going to get a mound visit. Justin Message is going to come out and talk things over to Roop. Now, the one thing I won't complain is he hasn't walked anyone, Roop. He stayed attacking, but Diamondbacks got 3 straight base hits. Well, 4 straight base hits, including the home run. And it'd be Perdomo. And Perdomo, he's going to make contact. Just like the Giants, you like to have Luis Ariz in this situation. If you're the D-backs, you like to have Perdomo in this situation. As the umpire speaking to him, I don't know, did they call a violation there? I don't think so. So the 0 pitch here to Gabriel Moreno is Purple in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Bases loaded, top of the third, 1 out, 4 straight hits for the Diamondbacks. 0-1 pitch here is a pulled strike at the bottom of the zone. I thought Perdomo might challenge that one because it was close. He doesn't, and it's 0-2. 0-2 pitch here to Perdomo is a called strike 3, and Perdomo's not going to challenge. So 3-pitch strikeout there. I thought there's no way they're going to strike out Perdomo, and Root front doored him, sorry, with the sinker. That one started at his body and came back over the plate. It was a beautiful pitch. Perdomo was not expecting that. He thought about challenging, but he would have lost the challenge because that was a strike. Good pitch there by Root, and a risky one in a 0-2 count. This is Arenado, and he has an ugly check swing on a changeup. It's 0-1. 0-1 here to Nolan Arenado is close, but it's called a ball. So, I'm surprised the Giants aren't challenging. Now, I just forgot that the Diamondbacks did lose a challenge, and it was Arenado who lost the challenge. It's probably why Perdomo didn't challenge, as the 1-1 pitch here to Arenado is outside, and it's 2-1. With the cutter there. 2-1 pitch here to Arenado's outside, and it's 3-1. Now you got to come in the strike zone here. Got to come in the strike zone. The 3-1 pitch to Arenado is in there for a strike, and it's 3-2. Home runs v the Giants since 1969. Arenado, the 5th most, as a 3-2 pitch to Nolan Arenado is a foul ball. Way out in front of that one. It was a strike. It was a sinker. And it was way out in front of that fastball. And we'll do it again as Reap wants a new ball. And the 3-2 pitch here to Nolan Arenado is a high fly ball, right field. Will this one get down? Devers running back will make the catch. Good play there by Rafi Devers. So Roop gets out of that jam, and it will just be the solo home run for Moreno. But here on Jolly Good Takes, it's boom boom baseball for the Diamondbacks.
When Liam streams your game, it's boom boom baseball. High, deep, and never coming back.
So Moreno went deep to get the Diamondbacks on the board first, but Rube battled back. He looked like he may have walked in a run there, but that's what I like from Rube. He fights. He's a good fighter, and he keeps his team definitely in this game. The Giants have got to win these games if they're going to do anything this season. When your best pitcher pitches, you've got to win, and you've got to start the series wins together. One nothing Diamondbacks. The Giants trailing early, but it's just the one, which it could have been worse for the Giants. So Bryce Eldridge, this is what we're watching. I've called a home run for Bryce Eldridge today. So he takes a strike on the outside corner and it's 0-1. Bryce Eldridge, his best game, well, one of his best games was 2 days ago. His average is doubled past week as Eldridge swings and it's 0-2. Cutter there. Tried to probably go in on the hand, leaked a bit over the plate, but it was just high enough. But Eldridge couldn't do anything with that pitch. And it's 0-2, and I'd throw a curveball here if I was Merrill Kelly. He does, and that's in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Yeah, it was a good pitch by Kelly because that's exactly where you want to throw a native curveball in the dirt. He set him up with a high fastball, and then he went low curveball. But good eye by Bryce Eldridge there. As 1-2 pitch to Bryce Eldridge. Is high and outside. Went with the sinker there, and it's 2-2. 2-2 pitch here to Bryce Eldridge is a called strike 3 with a sinker. So, he was probably sitting on the off-speed pitch, probably was sitting on a change-up, and that sinker Roop's sinker with to Perdomo was good because he started off the plate and then came back on. That one was, caught a lot more of the zone as his Bader, he takes a close pitch, but it's just inside and it's 1-0. And he didn't swing at it. It's amazing. 181 for Bader. The Giants do not walk. There's a 30-point difference between his average and his on base as he takes a strike and it's 1-on-1. Just that no one walks these Giants hitters. They really don't. As there's a strike and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch here to Harrison Bader is a ground ball. That's going to be fair ball. Arenado running to third base will make the catch for out number 2. So the Giants offense, not doing much here to start the game. Their one hit was a bloop by Willie Adames, where Waldschmidt, the rookie, did not take command of centre field. And here's Drew Gilbert, the number 9 hitter for the Giants. And if it gets Drew Gilbert out, that would have been the minimum 9 batters faced for Kelly, first time through the lineup. Pitch here to Drew Gilbert is a curveball in the dirt, 1-0. No pitch here to Drew Gilbert is high and outside, and it's 2-0. He's got a small strike zone as the home plate umpire today, which normally means that you can expect a high scoring game. But with the Giants, you never know. So there's a strike, and it's 2-1. P1 here to Chili Goober, and that is a weak ramble. Tel Marte is going to be able to make this play for out number 3. I think Gilbert needed to put more thrust on that ball if he was going to get a base hit there. Just I've noticed with Gilbert, just too many weak ground balls. Too many weak ground balls from my perspective, and that normally happens in good hitters accounts as well. He gets himself in a lot of good hitters accounts, and then he hits too many weak ground balls. So it's nothing here. I mean, 1-0 here to the Diamondbacks through a third of this game. Giants offense non-existent so far. Gabriel Moreno gave the Diamondbacks the lead on the solo home run. They then went to get the bases loaded with 1 out, but could not do anything with that. And Arup, he struck out Perdomo on 3 pitches with a cool strike 3. Beautiful two-seam that came back in over the plate, and then he got Arenado to pop out in foul territory as Devers made the catch running to his right. So 1-0 here early for the Giants. So here will be Del Castillo for the Diamondbacks. Nothing Landon Root batted through the last inning, and he throws a strike with a sinker in there, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch is outside with the cutter, and it's 1-1. And one is down and away, and it's 2-1. Two one here to Del Castillo. If you're the Diamondbacks, you'd love it if you could get on base here with a walk to lead off the inning, as it's 3-1 now. So Root losing the strike zone, which he does sometimes. 3-1 pitch here to Del Castillo. That almost hit him for ball four, and that would be a lead-off walk for the Diamondbacks. Not good start for Root. He almost hit him, which is not what you want to see. So there's a pitch inside. So yeah, Roop's on his a little bit here where he just loses the strike zone. So Roop, he needs to get in the strike zone here. So he fires a strike there, and it's 1-1. There's a pitch that it's called a ball to make it 2-1, but Susak's going to challenge. Now he already won a challenge that was close. This one was close again. We'll see if he's 2 for 2. And the pitch is a strike. So Susak, 2 for 2 on two very close challenges. But hey, he won't care because he's right. There's a pitch outside, make it 2-2. So there is the second ball. Two-two here to Waldschmidt. And there's a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Landon Roop. For the first out of the inning. And here's Gabriel Moreno, who hit a solo home run his first time up as he squares to bunt. But there's a strike in there. And his own one. No intention to bunt there by Moreno, just trying to get ahead in the count. That was just his third home run of the year. I mean, Moreno's a very solid catcher. He plays good defense, gold glove defense, and he's a solid hitter. A1 pitch here to Moreno. Is a swing and a miss on the curveball, and it's 0-2. Good curveball there. There's been a timeout here by Moreno. The Diamondbacks plays. They have these purple sleeves, yellow, very colourful team. The Diamondbacks. They like to incorporate all their colours. As the 0-2 pitch to Moreno's high. So 1-2 here to Moreno. He is the difference in this game so far as he swings and misses at the curveball. and it's second out. That's a sign of good pitcher. That's what Roop is. I mean, Moreno took an ugly swing there at the curveball, and just shows you even if he hits a home run, he's not picking that curveball. We're just going to say Happy Memorial Day here as it hits 11 o'clock in the UK and 3 o'clock on the West Coast. And I'm going to sit here in silence for a little bit, just to respect those who lost their lives for America. I think it's very fitting that that happened 11 o'clock over here in the UK because on Remembrance Sunday in the UK, we have a minute silence at 11 o'clock. So very fitting there. This is a swing and a miss. And it's 0-1 to Jose Fernandez. So 0-1 here to Jose Fernandez, who got off to a super hot start to begin the year, as there's a swing and a miss at the curve in the dirt. Oh two to Jose Fernandez is a swing and a foul. A late swing decision there, but somehow he managed to get a foul. That curveball is a nasty pitch by Reed, gotta say. There's a pitch that's outside, and it's 1-2. So 1-2 here to Jose Fernandez. Root looking to try and get out this inning. There's a weak ground ball to Devers. He will just take it to first base himself. So Root gets around the leadoff walk. Be Adamas Horizon Schmidt for the Giants. Giants looking to put some runs on the board and not yeah, put some traffic on the bases. They're not even putting traffic on the bases so far. They're just gonna put traffic on the bases. So these two division foes, they're gonna meet each other 6 times in a week. And then the Giants play the last division opponent they have yet to face, which will be the Rockies. They faced the Dodgers twice, which they're actually 4-3 against the Dodgers, so that's a miracle. They faced the Padres twice. I think they're 3-3 against the Padres. And they faced the um, Diamondbacks. Well, it will be twice after this series, and they're currently 0-3 against the Diamondbacks. So they're looking to change that. But they've always struggled in their division, so it's been a little bit better this year, but not by much after that Diamondback sweep. As again, it is just so hot in the UK. Woof. Hey, Spencer. Good to see you, Spencer. What do you make of the game so far? Giants offense got to get going here as Adamas takes a strike. Yes, I went to the game, Liverpool. I was really hoping for a win, really hoping to get into Europe, but it was not to be. As Adamas takes the ball and it's 1-on-1. Giants, they need base run. They need traffic. I mean, Adamas has been their only base hit, and that was because of a bloop. As 1-1 pitch here to Adamas is a foul ball, and that bangs into the Giants dugout. Yeah, Spencer, it's not not been a great game by the Giants so far. They've Merrill Kelly's faced the minimum amount of batters as Adamas takes down and away, and it's 2-2. Adamas reached because Waldschmidt, the centre fielder for the Diamondbacks, just did not take control in centre field. Schmidt hit into the double play, hit it hard as there's a pitch inside. It's a full count. Moreno hit a solo home run against Roop in the third, and then they actually had the bases loaded. Roop was able to strike out Perdomo and then get Arenado to fly out. As there's a pitch inside, and it would be a walk, but we are going to get a challenge here. And this is a close pitch. Going to see. It's either going to be one out or a runner at first, as this pitch is a ball, just a ball. I actually thought that that was going to get overturned. So Diamondbacks are out of challenges now. I think that was worth a challenge, but it was close. So Adamas is on base twice. Of course he is, as I was meant to put him in my fantasy lineup today, and I forgot to. And now he's probably going to get on base every single time. As Arise steps up and he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Change up there on the outside corner, perfect pitch. So Arise bunted yesterday and it worked. He did not bunt to start the game. We'll see if he bunts here. Giants have not had a runner in scoring position so far. As there's a strike. I mean, not a strike, sorry. There's a pickoff attempt. It was a strike of a pickoff throw. But that's about it. As it's 0-1 to Arise. And he takes outside and it's 1-1. No walks for the Giants again. So that's great, isn't it? They just do not walk. So 1-1 here to Arise. Just like to see walks. Come on, we're not gonna get 4 hits in an inning. How about you just walk? As a Rise fouls that one off into the crowd. Yeah, Liverpool were crap all year, Spencer, but it was at Anfield and it was the final game for Salah and Robertson. So the crowd was up for it. It was quite emotional. I mean, Salah should have scored. He hit the post. As a Rise hits another foul ball into left field. Yeah, we don't get walks. I don't know if that's a Buster Posey philosophy. Is it? I don't know. Because Arise doesn't walk. Bader doesn't walk. They're 2 guys he signed. Adamas barely walks. I mean, Chapman and Devers are going to be the guys that walk. As the 1-2 pitch to Arise is high and it's 2-2. Yeah, I really didn't want Arsenal to win though, Spencer. I was really hoping they'd stuff it up. I loved laughing at them finishing second. But there's a foul ball by Arise and it's still 2-2. And I wanted Tottenham to get relegated as well. I was hoping, hey, either Brentford get in Europe, Tottenham get relegated, or Arsenal don't win the league, and nothing happened. So annoying. So annoying. They didn't even have to play. It didn't even go to the final game. I was maybe thinking, hey, the pressure of the final game. As a Rise crushes one to right, Corbin Carroll going back, and he leaps and drops the ball. Corbin Carroll just dropped the ball. Adamas gets to third base. The throw goes to second. A Rise is safe as he slides into second. Perdomo wants to challenge that. Arise is thinking, "Oh, we'll see." As a Corbin Carroll, I would expect him to make the catch there. Yeah, I hate the Arsenal fan base. So it's gonna be runner at second and third here. I'm shocked Carroll didn't make that play. The ball actually went in his glove and then bobbled out. I mean, you expect Corbin Carroll to come down with those. Arise had a late slide. I don't know if the Diamondbacks are challenging. He looked safe at first, but I think he may have came off the bag as he slid over the top of the bag. And I think no, they're not challenging. Okay, so runner at second and third, no outs for Casey Schmidt, the Giants' best hitter. So can the Giants even it up or take the lead? You know, Arsenal fans online are the worst. And you know what's funny? I saw no Arsenal shirts, barely at all in England, and then this week, ton of Arsenal shirts. As the 0-1 pitch to Casey Schmidt is inside and it's 1-on-1. So it's interesting. Teams try and attack Schmidt on the inside, but he's actually, if you leave it in the plate inside, he will crush it. There's 1-1 here. It's Casey Schmidt. Can the Giants tie the game? There's a big swing and a miss at the slider, and it's 1-2. You see, that was the old Schmidt there. Probably getting a bit carried away there. He did a good job in his first at bat, laying off them, but there he was a bit eager. Yeah, we have got to score here. 1-2 pitch to Casey Schmidt, and he went. And that, you know what? I hate when the umpires do that. He checked his swing, Schmidt there, and the home plate umpires calling that out. Now, don't know if he went. It looked like he probably did go. As the replay, yeah, he did swing, so they got the right decision. But it weren't obvious. Moreno even pointed over to, the first base umpire. So not a good at bat there by Schmidt. That's unlike him this season. And here's Devers. He takes in the dirt, gets away from Moreno, but not far enough. See, that's a rule I've been thinking about in baseball that they've got to change. I would make it mandatory that you have to check first base umpire. Now, yeah, Spencer, he definitely went that time. And they got the right call, but I think it was the Reds. I was watching the Reds game earlier in the year, and they got it wrong, and the home plate umpire as there's a high drive to right. This should get one. Corbin Carroll running back. It's gonna get down. That's gonna be a double for Rafi Devers. That's gonna score both runs. As here comes Luis Ariz. He doesn't even slide. So Devers crushed that one. That would probably been a home run in every other stadium apart from the Giant Stadium. But we don't care because the Giants take the lead with that double by Devers. So grand slam yesterday, 2-run double there. So Devers has definitely got it going. At first I thought, oh, that's definitely a home run, and then I remembered it was this stadium. That is that definitely would have been a home run, pretty much every other stadium. But we'll take it 2-1. Yes, Roop's loving it. Roop, and well done for Roop for keeping the Giants in the game. He had the bases loaded. Perdomo is like one of the best contact hitters in the league. He managed to strike him out, and then he fell behind 3-1 to Arenado. Managed to get him out. And would you look at that? 163rd go ahead RBI, sorry, for Rafi Devers, fifth most in baseball, and that's what we like to see. And Casey Schmidt, that was good by Devers. He picked up his teammate Casey Schmidt. That's what we like to see because Devers needs to be in there up the rain. I actually like Liverpool, Spencer, as Chapman fouls that one off. Liverpool have always been one of my favourite teams. Obviously, I don't support them, but whenever they're battling for the league, I've always wanted them to win. I mean, Jurgen Klopp has got to be my favourite manager all time. 0-1 there to Chapman is a called strike, and, it wasn't a strike, and, I don't think Chapman has any idea of the strike zone right now because he had a bad challenge yesterday. That one was quite a far away outside, but 0-2 here to Chapman. We'll see if the Giants can extend their lead as he hits a fly ball to right. That one is going to be caught by Marte in fair territory, and Devers will stay at second for out number 2. That ball looked like it may have been able to get down, but Marte had that one covered. Yeah, what's your opinion, Spence? You don't like Arne Slot because I know so many Liverpool fans that hate Arne Slot. I've got to say, he won the league in his first year, but I think that was because that was Klopp's team that they were set up to win, and there was no good teams in the league last year. This is Suzak. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Um, but Slot's football has been awful this year, just awful. So 0-1 to Suzak. Yeah, I agree, Spencer. It doesn't suit Liverpool. There's another swing and a miss by Suzak. Yeah. Yeah, Jurgen Klopp, just the emotion and passion he managed with, just the perfect manager. Yeah, Arne Slot, yeah. Suzak, it's ground ball foul, 0-2 count. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Arne Slot. Obviously, you guys signed a lot of play. You signed Isak, you signed Ekitike, you signed Verts, you signed Kerkez, you signed Frimpong, and it just didn't work this season. As Suzak takes a slider down away, and it's 1-2. Spencer, I was at Man City a couple of weeks ago when we played them, and I just kept shouting 115 to their fans as Susak strikes out swinging. So the Giants scored 2 runs there, thanks to Rafi Devers' his 2-run double, and the Giants took the lead there. And obviously, Spencer, we're gonna find out soon, I think, what's gonna happen with this 115 because obviously Pep Guardiola left. I don't think they wanted to do anything while Pep Guardiola was there. Now he's gone, it'll be interesting. I would love them to get points deduction. Yeah, I was at the empty ad. Yeah, yeah. I gotta say, it's not as bad as West Ham. West Ham is the worst ground in my opinion in the league. Could not see anything when we were at West Ham. The I've been to the empty ad twice. Actually saw a win the first time, and this year we lost. You know what was amazing? I went to see us beat Man City when they won the treble as well. And that was actually before the last World Cup. Um, how many have I been to? Let me get the Premier League table up, and I'll tell you how many I've been to. Oh, old toilet, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, so Arsenal, I've been to the Emirates, been to the Emirates twice. Um, I saw a 1-1 draw at the Emirates, and I also went to the an FA Cup game when we were not in the Premier League. I've been to Man City twice as well. As here's Tommy Troy for the Diamondbacks leading off, and it's 1-0. I've been to Old Trafford. I've been to twice as well. I've never been to Villa Park. Anfield, I've been twice. 1-1 to Tommy Troy. I've never been to Bournemouth or Sunderland. I've been to Brighton. I've been to Brentford. I've been to Chelsea. Been to Fulham. 1-1 pitch here is a ground ball to Adamas. He makes a nice play, but then he fires it over Deva's head. What was Adamas doing there? I mean, it wasn't even a close play, and he fires it over Deva's head, and Tommy Troy's going to get to second base. Come on, Willie, you got to do better than that. I mean, he got it in the glove fine. He got the correct grip. Oh, as my lighting's going to be a bit crap here for a minute, as it just died. Adam, what was Adamas doing? Anyway, I've been to Fulham, not been to Newcastle. I went to Everton's old ground, but I haven't been to their new one. As Marte hits a bloop to left, that ball is going to drop in front of Casey Schmidt, and Casey Schmidt misplays it, and this is going to allow a run to score. Casey Schmidt misplayed that one, and it's going to be 2-2, 2-2 even, and runner at second, no outs. I don't want to be too harsh on Casey because he has been the Giants' best player, and he's not really a left fielder. That's one where it's like he tried to actually get it barehanded. So, yeah, here we go, Spencer. The Giants are about to implode. Yeah, here's Corbin Carroll, and he crushes one. That's going to centre field. Bader catches it on the warning track. Marte's going to tag to third base. So the go ahead runs at third with one out. You know, Spencer, I was hoping for just a quiet inning, and I was going to discuss, oh, which stadiums have I been to, and then some bad defense. Adama's threw one over Deva's head. Schmidt, as I said, I don't want to be too harsh on Casey, but he just let that one go by him. I did as well. I did, Spencer. Off the bat, I thought that was gone as well. As what's happened here? So Roop just threw to second base to just see if Marte went early there, but they called him safe. So maybe got word from the dugout there. See if Marte went too early on the tag up, but he didn't. So it would be runner at third, one out still. That's his Perdomo. He takes a strike. Susak's going to fire it over to third. So the Giants are trying to get Marte out here. It's his own one, Perdomo. Now Root managed to get the strikeout last time with a runner at third and no out, one out. He did, but I don't think you're going to get Perdomo to strike out twice, and there's a ball in the dirt. Been to Leeds. Leeds is ground. I've not been to Palace. I've been to Nottingham Forest. I've been to Tottenham's ground twice. Been to West Ham's ground twice. As there's a foul ball and it's 1-2. Been to I went to Burnley this year for the first time. That was crazy. That was 4-3, Spencer. And we were up 3-0, and it looked like we were cruising that. Because there's a ground ball, base it to right field. And the Diamondbacks retake the lead. I mean, that was a ball in the dirt that Perdomo just dug out. Infield was playing in, so no chance really there. You see, Spencer, I would never say Fulham's looks nice because they are our rivals. Uh, so yeah, I won't say it looks nice, but it wasn't bad. But I can't say it looks nice. Here's Arenado. So Root really not done much wrong here. Yeah, Turf Moor. You know what? I was expecting a crapo, and it wasn't that bad. I mean, it's nothing compared to the big game, the big grounds. But it weren't as bad as I thought. There's a strike and it's 0-2. Figuero's warming up in the bullpen. But no, I've been to a lot of the lower league grounds as well because Brentford haven't always been in the Premier League, obviously. It's 0-2 here to Arenado, and he fouls that one. Looked like he completely got fooled there, but he was managed to get it off. As Root picks off, well, he fired it to first base, but they didn't get him. It is 0-2. You know, Spencer, I appreciate you being in here because it makes it a lot easier for me to watch the games. Normally, it's just me having to commentate. As there's a ground ball, this should be it should have been a double play, but Perdomo was in motion, so they only can get Chapman can only get the out at first, and Perdomo will be at second. So probably a hit and run there by the Diamondbacks, and it worked out in their favour because that was a routine double play. And here's Adrian Del Castillo. You got Matt Chapman going on over there, 179 average, batting fifth. That curveball's way outside, and it's 1-0. If um if I had to say a favourite ground, Anfield's definitely up there. That I got to say, when I went yesterday, it was a lot better than the first time I remembered. There's 2-0 here to Del Castillo. Anfield's up there. Um, West Ham's definitely the worst. Man City's isn't great. Um, there's a base hit, and this should score another run for the Diamondbacks as the throw will just go to second, and it's 4-2. Just just bad defense, letting the team down, letting your best pitcher down. Yeah, I liked Goodison Park. You know, Spencer, they can't put a good week together. There's a drive to centre field by Waldschmidt. Bader going back. He does his weird back track, makes a catch, but it's 4-2. As a Adames error really cost Giants 3 runs there. I mean, Schmidt letting the ball get past him. I mean, it cost him at the time, but the next batter got the base hit, so I don't think that really mattered in the end. It was really Adames with an inexcusable play. I gotta say, Spencer, when you go to the grounds up north, the atmosphere is a lot better than it is in London. Stamford Bridge was just quite dead quiet. Um, Old Trafford was not bad. It gets a lot of crap in the UK, Old Trafford. Lots of people think it's falling down, but that I actually thought that was quite good atmosphere. The away end there, because I'm basing these off the away end, because obviously I'm an away supporter. The away end's actually quite good. You're quite close to the pitch. West Ham and Man City, you're about a million miles away. It's hard to see anything. Liverpool, you're close to the pitch as well. That's why Liverpool and Old Trafford, the more old-fashioned grounds, are just better. Um, like Newcastle's ground is awful. I mean, you are way up there, like the highest of highest points. Ellen Road is a good ground. I mean, it's the atmosphere there is great. Forest, I wasn't a big fan of Forest. Tot- Tottenham's ground is nice as well. For out of all the modern stadiums, I would say Tottenham's ground is the best. Yeah, he's Eldridge, by the way. as he tried to check his swing there, but it was a strike anyway. Yeah, you're not a big fan. You know what, Spencer? I wanted Everton to do crap as well because they were battling with Europe with us as Aldridge swings and misses there and it's 0-2. I remember that Virgil van Dijk goal. I was really happy when they scored Liverpool. Turns out in the end, Sunderland were the team we had to be worried about. 0-2 pitch to Eldridge is just low, and it's 1-2. Come on, Bryce. Send one out of here, Bryce. You're the player I look forward to watching the most. Because that ball's fouled and it's 1-2. I tell you what, Spencer, do you remember the Man City game at Anfield when they beat you though? And Szoboszlai got sent off at the end when there was an open goal. 1-2 to Bryce Eldridge is a high fly ball. This should be playable for the Diamondbacks. Arenado makes a catch as he shaded his eyes from the sun. And that, if you're watching White Sox, which you probably aren't, if you're watching Chicago, that is how you make a catch on a pop up in San Francisco. I think it was where the Liverpool game. I think it was maybe January. I think Szoboszlai scored a free kick to make it 1-0, and then Man City actually won as Bailey takes a strike. And the thing with that was it was 2-1, but if Man City won 3-1, we would have gone above you, Liverpool, in the table. Just briefly, but we would have gone above you as Bader hits a ground ball to Perdomo, and Perdomo will show you how it's done, Willie Adamas. There's 2 outs. Yeah, I wanted the goal to stand, and then they took it to VAR and sent off Szoboszlai instead. But I wanted the goal to stand. I was going crazy because I was like, "Oh, Brentford above Liverpool," because my uncle's a Liverpool fan. So that was like a big moment for us. Oh, even if it's for 1 week, just to be above Liverpool. This is Chile Guba. He takes a strike in its own one. You know, it's funny because obviously we needed to win to get into Europe. As Gilbert hits a line drive straight to Perdomo for the out to end the inning. No, it's funny. We needed to win the final game. Yes, taste. We need to win the final game to get into Europe. And if you told me 5 years ago, hey, you're going to be disappointed drawing at Anfield, I would have thought you're crazy. And and yeah, was disappointed because we missed out on Europe. It would have been so cool just to see Brentford playing across Europe. But there's always next year. No, I agree, Spencer. You know, the most important inning is after they score. That's the most important. You gotta that's when you gotta retaliate. Just like the Diamondbacks did. You scored 2, then they scored 3. That's always the most important inning is the inning after you score. Can you get a shutdown inning? Giants, no. Diamondbacks, yes. That's why the Diamondbacks got a better record than the Giants. It's pretty simple, really. And another game where Ketel Marte is just owning the Giants. I so wish they traded Marte in the off season. I wish like Detroit or someone got him because the guy just owns. And then they traded for Arenado, who just owns the Giants even more. How about you don't see him twice a year, you see him 4 times a year? Brilliant. When I say twice and 4 times, I mean series, not games. Just brilliant. Yeah. Let's Let's see Orenada, who crushes the Giants more often. Wouldn't surprise me if Paul Goldschmidt comes back. This is the thing, Spencer. We're actually, you know, we're kind of playing like a 500 team, really, because we win a series and then we lose a series. But the issue is we have no sweeps and then we get swept. Like, I don't think we've actually lost that many more series than we've won. Just a series we lose, either get swept or against the Mets, we lost 3 out of 4. So yeah, Peguero's new pitcher. It's 1-1 here to Moreno. He hit the home run to get the scoring started, as there's a strike and it's 1-2. The Giants have 2 challenges left. The Diamondbacks none. Yeah, they got swept against the Yankees. They got swept against the obviously the Phillies and the Rays on the road, and then the Diamondbacks last time. I think that's all their sweeps. 1-2 pitch here to Moreno's outside. They're going to appeal to see if he checked his swing, but he didn't. It's 2-2 here on this Memorial Day. 2-2 here to Moreno. That ball's in the dirt. I actually like Peguero a lot. I think he just needs to find his command, but I like his stuff. I like his presence as well. I'm quite big into the presence of your pitchers. Like when Baruki comes in, I just think he has no presence. 3-2 pitch here to Moreno's outside, and that'll be ball 4. So you come in and watch these teams. They just walk more than the Giants. How many walks is that now for the Okay, they've only got one more walk than the Giants, but they're always to lead off the inning. As here's Jose Fernandez. As he hits a fair ball past Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman didn't see that one. That is going to be a double as they're going to hold Moreno up at third. So runner at second and third, no outs, and the Diamondbacks are looking to. I mean, if they score these 2 runs, I think it's over for the Giants. Yeah, the Mets are an impact. I've watched a few Mets games. They are terrible. They're shocking. I was I was watching them the other day. Here's Tommy Troy. He's 1 for 2. He swings at the first pitch. That is going to be to right field. Gilbert. I don't think they're going to send Moreno home. They do not. So an unproductive out there for Tommy Troy, but it'll be Ketel Marte, and I only see one way how this is going. I remember that at that Met series as well, Spencer. We won the first game of the series and then lost 3 straight. I think we had the lead in the eighth in one of them, but then Win gave it up. I think. I think Torrens, they pinch hit Torrens, and he got a base hit. Right, I'm expecting the worst here. Marte, 0 count, strike, 101 sinker. Didn't have much sink to it because it's 101. But we lost through to the Mets because we're the Giants, right? Right. In the series of the crap, we were the crappiest. 0-1 here to Tel Marte's fouled. That's 0-2. Sam Hentages is warming up. I assume he'll come in for Corbin Carroll. They're not making the same mistake and bringing in the lefty to face Marte this time. As there's a line drive base hit, that will definitely score 1. We'll see if they wave. They do wave Jose Fernandez. Throw to the plate is not in time. That will let Marte get to second. Does it? No, just first. We'll see. I think he just got to first, but, yeah, we're in trouble. 6-2 Arizona, and this game is starting to fall away from the Giants. And you're gonna be right, Spencer, aren't you? They're gonna lose 2 out of 3 at least. At least. We're gonna get a pitching change here. Of course, as soon as I say, "Oh, I like Peguero. He's good, Peguero." What does he do? Yeah, he gives up 2 runs. 9 hit. The Giants have just got 3 hits. I blame this one on, Willy Adames. It was his it was his error, sorry. But, without that error, who knows how this game plays out. Maybe Root stays in for another inning. That's the thing as well. It's another starting pitching performance where they only go 5. I mean, this bullpen is gonna be w wear down. We're only in May, and not one starter right now can go past 5 innings. You've gotta hope Webb comes back in. I don't even know. Spencer, do you trust Webb when he comes back? I don't. It's insane. I think the pitching's what's gonna let this team down. I know so far it's been the offense, but the pitching's gonna let this team down, I'm telling you. Not that I think the offense is gonna be good. It's truly ugly, you know? We we don't walk and we can't pitch. Our bullpen is okay, but in close games, the bullpen ain't great. Um, you're losing 6-2 after a 5 and a third with your best pitcher going. You beat the White Sox, but they still scored a lot of runs, and they basically gave you one of the games with their complete defense. So Sam Hentages will come in. I mean, this roster is so bad, as there's a strike. I mean, this roster sucks. It just sucks. 0-1 to Corbin Carroll. There's a base hit, as Arise couldn't make that catch. So be runner at first and second. So you bring in the lefty to face a lefty, and you still give up the base hit. We're getting into blowout territory here, and it's only the 6th. This will be 4 straight. There's a ball way outside, and it's 1-0. Thing is, Spencer, I mean, after Webb and Ray, you have a bunch of question marks, but Webb and Ray have been question marks themselves. The Root's been the only good pitcher. It's 1-0 pitch here to Perdomo is a strike, and it's 1-1. I agree. I think Buster Posey's worse than Farhan. The only thing Buster Posey does that I like is he's aggressive. And Buster, the thing that annoyed me with Farhan was the 1-1 pitch here is a strike. The thing that annoyed me with Farhan was it was like, we can't trade Rodon. We can't trade um anyone. We can't trade Blake Snell, even though we're not going to make the playoffs. Got the best rotation in base. Buster, at least he's aggressive, but he's aggressively shit. And Farhan was passively shit. There's a foul ball. I was excited when they got Buster Posey as well. I mean, I was a big fan of the Orioles when they fired Farhan. I thought, get someone from Baltimore in. They've got a great farm system. I want to see this team go young. Instead, they got Buster Posey, which I was okay with. As there's a ball hit to Rafi Devers. Rafi Devers will step on first for out number 2, but the runners move up, so it'll be second and third, 2 outs. and a base hit here will end the game for definite. And I look at Buster Posey's trade deadline last year, and it was a good deadline, right? I mean, I don't know how great Gilbert and Blade Tidwell are gonna end up being, but Tyler Rogers was a free agent anyway, and, I'm sure he would have re-signed with the Giants if the Giants offered him the money, and he's been great with Toronto so far. And, the Camilo Doval trade was, his best trade because you got 4 prospects. Jesus Rodriguez, who has not looked great defensively, and the bat has, fallen off since the first week. But Doval, you know, he's doing awful. I was watching the game the other day, he gave up a home run against Toronto as that ball's in the dirt and it's 1-0. That's what I think. I think we're already fucked, to be honest, Spencer. I think if we could get off the contracts, I think we would, but I think we are fucked because I don't think we can. As Ronaldo takes a loan, it's 2-0. How is Buster Posey gonna go up to ownership and then sign off on it? He's gonna go up and say, in that 6-year extension I've gave Chapman, we may have to eat that and just trade him away for nothing, as that ball's low and it's 3-0. He wants nothing to do with our Ronaldo hentages. I would the Chapman contract would be the one I would get off straight away as well. I mean, Schmidt is just a better third baseman. The Adames contract is not a great contract either, but you don't have, like, an immediate replacement for him. Your Johnny Level, Joshua Gonzalez, and, Luis Hernandez, as the base is loaded here, they're in, like, rookie ball and single A, so they're a ways away. Yeah, this team is just, you're right, it's just loads of bandages over the cracks. It really is. And, you can have success trading and signing, big contracts like the Dodgers, but Pages, Will Smith, they got some good young talent that they had. And then they also they're super great. You're in a division with the Dodgers and the Padres, who are ultra aggressive, right? They don't care about prospects, 'cause there's a swing by Moreno. Vargas, sorry, there's a swing by Vargas, who's the pinch hitter, and it's 0-1. You're in a division with the Padres and Dodgers who are, just gonna keep getting better. I mean, I'm sure they're both looking at Scooble to add, and you're kind of in the middle. I feel like the Giants are still in the middle. They're like, "We like our farm system, because there's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. We like our farm system, but we've also got these big contracts." So they're not gonna trade the farm system to help the big contracts, and they're not trading the big contracts because they can't. So I don't see what they're gonna do. As 0-2 pitch here to Vargas is a called strike 3 to end the inning. He tries to challenge it, but there's no challenges left. What a twat. And it was a strike anyway, and I think he knew he had no challenges left. He wanted to try and make a statement like, "Hey, umpire, you got that wrong." But it was a strike. But, 2 more runs score. Yeah, I've been listening yeah, Spencer, I've been watching Dan's show since he started, and, yeah, we're, like, in the middle lane, and you know what's amazing? Every fan, you and me both know that they need to pick a lane. So why don't they pick a lane? I don't get it. We know they need to pick a lane. Everyone knows they need to pick a lane and they don't. It just blows my mind. And, I always believed in Schmidt. I thought Schmidt was good enough. I always thought, Spencer, that the Rays or the Brewers were gonna trade for Schmidt. I thought they're smart organizations. They know Schmidt's a good bat, and I thought, "Oh, they're gonna do Buster Posey." They're gonna offer a player that Buster Posey can't resist for Schmidt, and then Schmidt's gonna tear it up for them. And you sign all these contracts to block the infield, and then you've got your top prospects at first baseman. Where's he gonna play? Can we really be DHing Bryce Eldridge at 21? I mean, that doesn't seem right. And why when Bryce Eldridge plays, does he never play first base? Why is it always Devers at first and he has to DH? I wanna see Bryce Eldridge at first base. I'm sorry. I think it is the owners, Spencer. I think Larry Bear and Greg Johnson. I think they're still happy about the 3 championships they won, you know, 16 years ago. I think they're still happy about. I think they still look at the outfield wall where it says 2010, 12, and 14, and they're like, "No, 3 championships in the last 16 years. We're one of the best teams of the 2000s. Yeah, you know, we're fine making money, The fans are still showing up, but I'm happy the fans started booing this because I want more fans to boo so they make a change. As Adama swings and hits a high fly ball, Marte is shading his eyes and he will make the catch for out number 1. Spencer, I was only I'm only 19 now, so I was only 3 in 2010. Well, I would have been 4 actually by that time, but I was 4 in 2010, 6 in 2012, and 8 in 2014. And I can only remember 2014, um, as there's a pitch to a rise low, and I can really only remember Madison Bumgarner. I remember watching Game 7 with my dad, but, you know, I'm too young to remember those as there's a ground out to Perdomo, unless he stuffs up, which he doesn't, because he's not Adamas. So for me, I've only ever watched one proper year of playoff baseball, which was 2021, and then they lost to the Dodgers in the first series. So I've just watched a load of crap. This here's Casey Schmidt, not his best game, as he does hit a high drive to the left. That ball's carrying, and off the wall as oh my god, Tommy Troy there smacked into the wall. It's going to be a double for Casey Schmidt. Tommy Troy hit the wall hard there. Hope he's okay. So Schmidt, who had a rough game, he did put a good swing on that one. Okay, so you've been following Spencer a lot longer than I have. Um, I can't imagine that 2002 series because I hear it all the time that the Giants really should. I think they were ahead in Game 7, weren't they? And they just stuffed it up at the end as Devers swings at the first pitch and it's foul. And was that? If I think that's when the Devers, sorry, as Barry Bonds hit the ball and the guy said, "I've never seen a ball hit that deep, that far." 0-1 to Rafi Devers. As he hits a high fly ball. That is centre field. Waldschmidt shades his eyes, does a little circle, but makes the catch for the third out. I bet that World Series must have been gut-wrenching. I really do. You were in yeah, I can imagine. I mean, in general, the last few years, Bay Area's been really lucky, haven't they? I mean, the Warriors had a dynasty, the Giants had a dynasty in the early 2010s. They're not The Niners had a dynasty really, in the 1980s and 90s. And I think the Sharks are about to have a kind of dynasty as well, I think, with their young talent. I mean, they're the most exciting team in Northern California right now. But, 2000 I can only imagine 2002. Your dad said they can win tomorrow. Yeah. At least they won in the 2010s, though. I don't know if your dad was around. I don't Did your dad get to watch that? I hope he did. Yeah, see, I never obviously, a lot more people than just me, but I've never seen the Niners win. To me, the 2023 Super Bowl is probably like your 2002 World Series. I was absolutely gutted after the Super Bowl. Absolutely gutted. I really thought, my biggest opinion in that game is it was 2-minute warning and it was 3rd and 4 in a tied game. You were in the Chiefs' territory as Brew Baker's new pitcher for the Giants. You were in Chiefs' territory. They blitz, incomplete, 4th and 4. You let Jake Moody hit a 57-yard field goal. I so wanted the Niners to just run it as there's a high drive by Waldschmidt in the gap, and Bader's gonna run and slide on the warning track and make the catch. I wanted Shanahan to run on 3rd and 4, and then if he didn't get the first down, go for it on 4th down to me. That 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 was my biggest takeaway. That's your chance there. Don't let Patrick Mahomes get the ball. I think they only had 1 timeout left. First down there essentially wins you the Super Bowl, and I just thought you're Kyle freaking Shanahan. You're one of the best offensive coaches in the league. Just have 2 plays to try and get 4 yards. There's a ball high, and it's 1-8. Yeah, Super Bowl 19, wow. I think the Super Bowls I remember for the Niners were, well, obviously I wasn't around to watch them, but ones I remember watching on replay were the Bengals as Moreno hits a high fly ball. Schmidt can't find it in the sun, but he does make the catch. Yeah, I remember the Super Bowl against the Bengals. I've watched that full game on YouTube. And then obviously the Chargers, Steve Young throwing 6 touchdowns. So they're the 2 games I remember the most as Brew Baker fires a strike there. But no, I first wow. 0-1 pitch to Fernandez is a ground ball to Matt Chapman. He fires it over to Rafi Devers for out number 3. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. Interesting, Spencer. Interesting. Played at Stanford Stadium in Palo Alto. Anyway, Spencer, it's time for the 7th inning stretch here on Jolly Good Takes. And I just want to commemorate all those who have lost their lives defending the United States of America and here in the UK as well, all those who have lost their lives defending both our countries because they've made massive sacrifices so me and you can live the lives we want to live. It's interesting you say that, as Spence. You knew Montana was going to win because, when Brentford were in the playoff final in the championship, I just knew they were going to win. I just knew, they had a guy called Ivan Toney who was just a winner, and I feel like when you're going to win, you know you're going to win. I knew we were going to get promoted to the Premier League, and you're saying you knew Montana was going to win. I think sometimes you just know when you know, you know. I tell you what, we went to 49ers v who was it? We went 49ers v Cowboys, not last year, but the year before, and we actually just did like a lucky dip thing, and we got a signed Joe Montana football card, which is pretty cool. And obviously, my dad, like you, loved Joe Montana. Obviously, here in the UK back then, it was very hard to watch American football. Obviously, totally different compared to now. And you'd have to you'd have to wait for the newspapers for the weekend to get what happened in America. And just Joe Montana, what a legend in Bay Area. As Chapman, from Joe Montana, who's a legend, to Matt Chapman, who's behind 0-1. And now Matt Chapman hits a high pop up. Perdomo moving back into centre field to make the catch for out number one. I'm interested, Spencer. What's your opinion on Kyle Shanahan? Is he spits a lot of people. I mean, some people want him to stay. Some people think, well, he can't win the big game. It's time to move on. So I'm interested what you think because I found I saw a very interesting stat that every every team that have won the Super Bowl in the last 30 years, as Susak hits a high fly ball, Waldschmidt moving on to the warning track makes the catch. Every team that's won the Super Bowl the last 30 years, their QB and coach have been together for no more than 5 years. And I believe Shanahan and Purdy have been together for 4 years. So I think if they don't win it this year, they would have to break the trend. Because in my household, we're split. Oh, sorry, Spencer, you're right. You're right. We're in the bottom of the 7th. My apologies. This is Bryce Eldridge. He's ahead 1-0, and he takes outside. Yeah, I don't think I think Shanahan will win somewhere else. I don't see him winning in San Francisco. It's 2-0 here to Bryce Eldridge, and he hits a foul ball, and he's annoyed with himself. Merrill Kelly's still in the game, you see. See the difference again. Kelly's going to pitch 7 innings here, the Diamondbacks. 2-1 pitch here to Eldridge is inside. It's 3-1. I also think I think the Bears. I think you got to look out for the Bears. 3-1 to Bryce Eldridge, and that's ball 4. So Bryce Eldridge gets to walk. He's got good eye, Bryce Eldridge. He has got to play every game, and I don't want to see him sent down to Triple A because I think he's seen what there is to see at Triple A. There's so many pitches, like good sliders and changeups that he's going to see up here that he will never see in Triple A. He's got to learn in the bigs. No, I think Seattle and the Rams are definitely far ahead of us. It'd be interesting to see, obviously, yeah, we finally got a walk. That's because it's Bryce Eldridge. No, I just think I look at I don't know how we're going to score on Seattle's defense because I think Seattle's defense is going to be better next year as well. I don't think Seattle's going to win the Super Bowl, but I think their defense, our O line's only getting worse as Trent Williams gets older. Is Mike Evans really enough? And DeJohn Stripling, it's Bader takes a wild swing in its own one, and Christian Kirk. Are they really enough to do anything on Seattle? I don't see it. The Rams are an interesting one because I don't know if Stafford can stay healthy for another season, as that's in the dirt and it's 1-1. But when they're healthy, they're definitely better than the 49ers. Then Chicago, to me, Chicago's just got that magic feel with Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. I think they've got. I think they're going to be one of the best teams in the next 5 years. As Bader takes a strike, it's 1-2. Um, Detroit's always interesting. I think Detroit probably missed their window when they were up big against the 49ers. As 1-2 pitch to Bader's outside, it's 2-2. And the NFC South just is kind of irrelevant. As Bader swings and misses. A wild swing by Bader. That's typical for him. And we go to the top of the eighth, 6-2 to the Diamondbacks. See, you were better than me then because I was thinking it's between the Rams and the Bears for for the NFC. I just thought Sam Darnold was going to choke. I knew their defense was good. I thought Sam Darnold wasn't going to have it. And I agree. Dan Campbell, yeah. I think his aggressiveness is good, but I think it bites him in the arse too many times. And I think in 4 straight playoff games, one of them in one of them he's going to make a decision that's going to backfire. But I do like he has turned the franchise around well. But I also think how big a miss is Ben Johnson. If I was Detroit, I would have actually fired Campbell and just promoted Ben Johnson. Yeah. I think you meant Seattle's offense wasn't great. It was okay, but the D was really good, yeah. And the Patriots were a joke of a team. I mean, how the Patriots were not a worthy Super Bowl team. As soon as it got to the Super Bowl, you knew there was only one team winning that. I think they just lucked out, the Patriots. As Brubaker fires a strike. I think Denver was better than them, but Bo Nix, there was no Bo Nix. The Texans game, CJ Stroud, that was one of the worst QB games I've ever seen. Drake May wasn't even good. He fumbled it a few times, but CJ Stroud, that was like okay, whoever's on defense is actually in the upper hand because there were more turnovers than punts in that game. That Patriots team schedule was just historically bad, and the whole Drake May MVP crap was, to me, was just so overblown. As Tommy Troy takes outside, it's 1 and 2. I don't know how you could give Drake May MVP. Yeah, he had a nice rookie year, but come on. You see the teams he was facing, the defenses he was facing were awful. It's 1-2 pitch here. Tommy Troy is outside. It's 2 and 2. The thing with Stroud was everyone loved him after his rookie year, but I never thought he was that good. 2-2 pitch here to Tommy Troy's in the dirt. It's 3 and 2. I There was always something about Stroud for me. I you know, I'm not always right, obviously, but I really thought he wasn't that good, and that you'd hear people say, "Oh, only a few QBs can make the throws he makes." I just wasn't impressed. It's 3-2 pitch. It's fouled off. Again, that Texans defense, if they just get competent QB play in the playoffs, I mean, how nice would it be to have D'Amico Ryans as a DC? 3-2 pitches in the dirt, so another leadoff walk for the Diamondbacks. And that was the shame about 2022 when Purdy tore his UCL in Philadelphia, is that was probably the best defense they had with D'Amico Ryans. Bosa, Greenlaw, Warner, Hufanga, Lenore, Ward were all healthy. Here's Ketel Marte, who takes high, 1-0. And, I think they were so beaten in Philadelphia, and they never got the chance. Now, they probably would have lost to the Chiefs because they can't beat the Chiefs, but you never know. As Marte hits one foul, and it's 1 and 1. As that was a good stop for our ball boys. It wasn't a clean pick, but for the Giants ball boys, that's about as good as you'll get. As they do a pick off there, first base. So Marte is 3 for 4. So yeah, he just kills the Giants. His average is now up to 271 after he was way down in the last series. Just a good player, Ketel Marte. He skies one, and that one is heading foul and just foul. So he's like unable to make the catch. As good catch in the crowd there by a fan. Nice catch, barehanded catch there. And his kid, that's the second ball his kid's got off the game. All right, 1-2 pitch by Brubaker to Marte. As Marte hits a high fly ball, this one is going to be off Gilbert's glove and fair. So that's going to be another hit for Ketel Marte. Hit's going to be runners at second and third. As my first and I knew their graphic stuffed up. First and second is Tommy Troy had to slide into second as he thought it was going to be caught. Tough play for Gilbert. He did get to it though, so you'd expect him to make the catch, but he drops it. Don't think that'd be ruled an error. As ha, just watching the replay, Ketel Marte was off to second base as Tony Vitello is going to make a pitching change. Ketel Marte is like, "What are you doing, Tommy Troy? Should be a double. Where are you going?" I know, but Vitello's just out to make sure. It was definitely fair. It was definitely fair. So Ketel Marte really should have got to second base. The runners almost collide with each other, and we're going to get a review there. Did Ketel Marte pass Tommy Troy? And if he did, you'd never see that in baseball. I think he did as well. The runners didn't see each other. I think that's out. I can't believe what I've just seen. I've got that as out. What has happened there then? So Ketel Marte has run trying to get to second on that drop ball by Gilbert. Tommy Troy's gone back to first, and Ketel Marte's actually not seen Tommy Troy and overran him. And the Giants challenge, and I think Ketel Marte is laughing it up on the Diamondbacks bench. He's gone to the bench, so that would make you think it's out. I've got that as out. We'll see what the umpires do. No, I don't remember seeing that. The only surprise, Spencer, is that it's not the Giants that did that. It's about the only surprise. Yeah, but he had a long way to run because he was shifted to the left as we get a look inside the replay booth. We'll see. I've got out. It's taking a while on this replay. Now, I'm not an expert when it if it's like offside in football, then I don't know if it's out. Because offside in football, it's like, is the guy leaning or not? But to me, I think it should just be out because his foot is ahead of him. Can we get offside in MLB, please? Can we get VAR and the lines to see if this one is out or not? I don't think any sport needs VAR though. All right, decision's ready. So the runner, the runner is out. So there you go. So tell my okay. So the runner's going to go to second base, and it's going to be one out. But I tell you what, you do not see that at all. I think they got the correct call. So it's Corbin Carroll, and he takes a curveball in there for a strike. What a weird play. It's why I love baseball because you just see random things every day. As Carroll hits a high pop up, Chapman jogging back to his side. He comes back pedals and makes the catch for out number two. So the Giants got lucky there because probably should have been second and third. Tommy Troy, he probably should have been halfway between the bases there. As here is Perdomo, who's 1 for 4, and he had a RBI single last time up. So he swings at the first pitch, and it's foul. And a good pick. Good pick. Yeah. So I live slightly north of London, but to get to Newcastle, it would be about 4 hours. 4 hour drive. I mean, I don't know how the perception is for you if that's far or not. Because in England, 4 hours is far. In America, that's nothing really. As it's 3-1 here to Potomac. Yeah, it's about 4 hours to Newcastle, which that's if there's no traffic, but there's probably traffic, so it could be 5. If you live in the South Coast, then it's like 8 hours. But I live just north of London, so I kinda live in the centre of England, really. As Perdomo pops it up, and it's 3 and 2. It's funny, I mean, probably takes you to get from, through California as long as it takes to get through our whole country. So it's full count to Perdomo. That is a called strike 3, no challenges left, so that will be the 3rd out of the inning. So the Diamondbacks don't score after, they did have the first 2 runners get a hit after Drew it came off Drew Gilbert's glove, but because Ketel Marte ran ahead of Tommy Troy, the Giants got a break. Yeah, London to Edinburgh is quite far. Capital city to capital city. You know, it's interesting. In America, Spencer, I assume most people call it the UK, right? I think. You know, you think the whole country is the UK. Whereas over here, I do not like it when people call it the UK. I'm like, I do not want to be related to Scotland because we don't like Scotland. I mean, we do like Scotland, but like as a joke, we kind of don't like Scotland. So when people say, "Oh, UK," I'm like, I prefer England. It's like, I don't know. When the Olympics are on, we have Great Britain, which is a bit weird because that's like combining the US and Canada together. I get we're a lot smaller than the US and Canada, but it's like, yeah, technically we're 4 different countries, but they seem to allow it. As Giants are gonna need a lot of walks if they're gonna get back in this one or a lot of hits, and they're probably not gonna get a lot of walks, so I put their chances of coming back here at 5%, if that. As Merrill Kelly's finally out the game, and with Jonathan Loizaga, he's got a 2.79 ERA, and he's facing Drew Gilbert, and it's 0-1. I just think pitchers are just not afraid of any of the Giants' hitters, really. As the 0-1 pitch there is low, and it's 1-1. Gilbert, not done anything since the first week, really. He's most famous for his thrusts at the moment. But he swings 1-1, and that's gonna be a base hit down the line as it gets to the wall. And we'll see if Gilbert tries to push for second. He does, and it will be a double to start the inning for Drew Gilbert. Tell you what, I'm on a streak today where whatever I says, the opposite comes true. I just said, "Oh, Gilbert's not done anything since the first week," and he goes ahead and hits a double. We're gonna need a lot more of those, though, if the Giants are gonna get back in this game. Good swing there by Gilbert, and that will bring up the top of the lineup and Willie Adames. I was wondering if he was gonna get to first there, just because. I mean, I was wondering if he was going for second, just because you're down 4. So unless you're 100% certain you're gonna get second, it's not worth the risk. But he did. And here's Adamas, who takes low, and it's 1-0. How about a grand slam for the 3rd straight day? That'd be nice. Yeah, 9 to 10 hours, yeah. That's similar to the UK, yeah. There's 1-0 here to Adamas is up and in by the hands, and it's 2-0. Can Adamas reach? Because if he does, that would be interesting. Because then you've got a Rise, who you know has a good chance of hitting a single, and then that would be bases loaded. for your two hottest hitters. As a 2-0 pitch, oh, Willie, big swing and a miss, a sinker, way below the zone. Willie, 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 you're down 4. Come on, man. Be patient. Work the at bat. That's not even like it was a change up. It was a fastball down low, and it's 2-1. 2-1 pitch to Adamas is fouled. I'm sorry, Willie, but if you didn't swing at the last 2 pitches, that last one probably was a strike, but it could have been called a ball, and they have no challenges left. And I think he's just trying to make up for the error he had. So I've got to do something. Got to do something. Yeah, you really should have walked here, Willie. I'm sorry. 2-2 to Willie Adamas as he swings. It was a hanging curveball. This one is going to be playable for Fernandez, who makes the catch for out number 1. I'm sorry, Willie, but you should be really mad with that one, as he looks like he wants to break the bat in half because he basically gave you a free 2-0 count and you swung at ball 3, and then he hanged a curveball, 2-2 count, and you just popped it up. Yeah, I think that was a terrible at bat. All right, here's Luis Ariz. He'll probably have a good at bat. Takes a strike first up, taking all the way there, Luis Ariz. You've got to try and get Devers up with a couple runners on here. 0-1 pitch to Luis Ariz is fouled outside. Oh, the Giants are so infuriating. These pitches are just not close. They're just swinging at balls. Like, work the count. Try and get on base with the walk. You're down 4. If you're down 1, I get it. Try and drive in that run, but just try and get on base. You're not playing the White Sox where they're just going to hit you and give you a free base runner. As the 0-2 pitch is, you know, way up. We're 5 for 13 with runners in scoring position and just 2 runs. Wow, that shocks me. 1-2 to Arise is a ground ball over to Fernandez, who flips it to Loizaga. It was a bit of a bad throw, but Loizaga's able to make the play. So Gilbert will advance to third. But more importantly for the Diamondbacks, they get the out. I thought for a second that one may pull Fernandez off, Loizaga off the bag, as he did like a hop onto first base. But they got the out, and here's Casey Schmidt, who hit a double off the wall last time up. Come on, Casey. He checks his swing on a pitch that was inside. Did he go? No, it's 1-0. So it's looking like the Giants are another disappointment. As you said, they win a series, they lose a series. They can't sweep, and they're heading towards another series without a sweep. As Schmidt pops this one up, or not pops it up, it's a shallow fly ball to right field. Carroll, shutting his eyes, makes the catch to end the inning. They could not do anything with the leadoff double, which yeah, what a shock for the Giants. You could not do anything with the leadoff double. I'm not surprised though. And your number 9 hitter got a double as well. That's what you want. Your 9 hitters to reach and then top of the lineup. And to me, the Willie Adames at bat there. You're ahead 2-0, ball free, almost in the dirt. You swing wildly, down 4. You then swing at another pitch that wasn't close. But it was close, but it wasn't anywhere near the heart of the plate. I'm not surprised, Spencer. No, nothing surprises me with this team. The only thing that surprised me is they actually beat the White Sox after dropping the first game. I guess that's the biggest surprise. And that's because the White Sox fielding was just awful. I mean, the Giants are lucky the Astros and the Mets are as bad as they are. Otherwise, the Giants would be the absolute clown show of baseball. And also, they're lucky that the Mets signed Bo Bichette to that horrible contract because otherwise you'd be, they'd have some of the worst contracts in baseball. Well, at least the Mets signed Bo, Bo Bichette to 40 million a year. Are you crazy? As Spencer, you said the Mets were losing. Oh yeah, the Mets got it handed to them. Nolan McLean got the loss. He's 2-4 with a 4.40 ERA. And I like Nolan McLean. I think he's good. As Brew Baker was stated, and there's a strike, a foul ball, and its own one. I like McLean. I think he's good, but 7-2. The Reds are 3 games above. The Mets are 22 and 32. Yeah, the Mets are awful. And the Mets, how many did the Mets lose in a row? Was it 12 or 13? So they lost 12 to 13 in a row. There's a strike. And the Giants have got the same record as them. They lost 12. They've lost 12 in a row, and the Giants have the same record as them this early on. 1-2 pitch here to Arenado as he hits a soft ground ball to Willie Adames, and Adames is able to get the out there this time. Also, can we just relax on the Gatorade shower as well? How about you start winning some games and playing better if you're going to do a Gatorade shower? Yeah, 87 wins. I mean, look, lots of people thought the Giants would win a lot. My prediction, I mean, I know I never said this on anywhere, so you don't have to believe me. But my genuine prediction was 74 and 88. Um, as the 1-0 pitch here is a diving stop by Devers as he hits it to the first base side, and Devers gets it and takes it to first base himself. So good play there by Rafi Devers, who's playing a solid first base actually. Yeah, my prediction was 74 and 88 because to me the pitching, I just looked at the pitching and thought that the only reason they were a 500 team last year was because of the bullpen at the beginning of the year. They had Randy Rodriguez, Tyler Rogers, who were like the two of the best relief pitchers in baseball. Like I compare the Padres this year to the Giants last year with their start. The Padres aren't even that good, but their bullpen is just elite. And to me, that was the Giants um, last year. Their bullpen was winning them so many games. This year, you have no closer, you have no eighth inning guy, you have no bullpen, and then I actually thought Ray was gonna be better than he was, but he's crapped the bed. As soon as that challenges that pitch and he's gonna win it, and it's gonna be 0-2 here. So to me, I just looked at the pitching and thought, okay, I actually thought Webb, Ray, and Root were gonna be good. I thought Marley may be okay as well. Oh, then the Giants actually lost that challenge as it was just above the zone. On the broadcast, it looked like that was a strike. So it's 1-1 here to Waldschmidt as he hits a fly ball. Is that going to loop in there for a base hit? No, as Bader makes a sliding grab. Yeah, I thought their pitching. I expected their offense to be a lot better than this. Um, I thought Devers was going to be better than this. I mean, he's turning it around now. Um, I saw 74 wins, which looks like a good prediction now, but it was out there at the time. And you know, they could, as you said, they're on a 96 losing pace, and, it could be that if they trade off Arise and Ray and, they've got no depth. Look at their starting rotation depth. Blade Tidwell and, Carson Wisenhunt. Hayden Birdsong obviously had Tommy John. Yeah, they as soon as I saw the "Nothing like it" slogan stayed, I thought, "Yeah, yeah, you're done, Giants." Thing is, I thought Chapman was gonna be fine. I thought Adamas was gonna be but the thing with Adamas and Devers is they're slow starters, right? Well, they're slow starters, and the beginning of your schedule is impossibly tough. So you're gonna bury yourself. They're they're basically a 500 team, so you're not gonna get out of this deep slump. They're gonna sell at the deadline. You're probably right, Spencer, but at least if they do start winning games at the end of the year after the trade deadline, once they've already sold pieces and go young, at least it probably won't have effect on their draft pick because they can't get a top 10 pick anyway. Because that would be annoying if they're like, oh, they're actually got second best odds to get the first overall pick, and then they win 10 of the last 15. All of a sudden, they're going to get the ninth pick. At least, At least they, yeah, at least they, won't get a top 10 pick, which is not good, by the way. I mean, I would love for them to get a top 10 pick like they do this year. So they've got to nail it this year. So you said you were pissed when they gave Chapman that contract. He's a 240 hitter that doesn't hit any RBIs. It's his Devers. He takes high and in. It's 1-0. I was pissed they gave him that contract because you had Schmidt. Chapman's okay, but when you got Schmidt, you don't need to give him the contract. And then you had a no trade clause as well. As Devers gets hit there, let's hope Devers is okay. He got hit on the arm there, and he runs straight to first base. But I think the training staff's going to come out, have a look at him here because that arm looks numb. He, if Devers goes down, you can kiss this season. Definitely goodbye. Yeah, they kind of hit him right at the back here on the tricep that hit him. If the only benefit if Devers goes down is you can see Eldridge at first base every day. It looks like he's going to stay in there, but he's in a lot of pain. Which that would just be a that'd be that would sum this Giants season up if he went down. They were shit when they were healthy, and now that they're actually injured, they're going to be even shitter. I mean, their outfield, the Giants' outfield is a disgrace. Can we have one good outfielder? I mean, Ramos, is he? I wouldn't class him a good outfielder. He's a good bat, but his defense is abysmal, and his base running. I mean, Elliot Ramos is one of the worst base runners I ever see. I mean, he's like a chicken with no head. This is Matt Chapman, who's 0 for 3 today. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Matt Chapman's turning the corner." Oh, well, he's singles hitting, really turning the corner. Where's your power gone, Matt? Where is your power gone? 'Cause it's 1-0 to Matt Chapman, and that's high, and it's 2-0. Garcia's the pitcher for the Diamondbacks, by the way. Yeah, start the season 19, 20 wins by the end of the 4 games. How many wins were they on? Were they on 17, was it? Let me have a look. I think it was 18 wins at the end of the Dodgers game series. There's a 3-1 here to Matt Chapman. Yeah, 18. Thing is, they did have a tough schedule, but this team ain't gonna fight out of a tough hole. There's a strike. Thing with Chapman is, I do respect that he does work a good at bat late. He's still crap, but he does work a good at bat late. He'll strike out now, I've said that. 3-2 pitch. Well, it could be a double play here. There's yeah, okay. Double play. I tell you, anything I say is just the complete opposite. "Oh, he works good at bat, Matt Chapman in the ninth." Yeah, double play. I hope he gets booed. I'm not listening to the, broadcast, but I hope he gets booed. Rubbish day for Matt Chapman. Rubbish. 0 for 4 for Matt Chapman. Adames is kicking balls left, right, centre. Yeah, he had a hit, but it was a bloop hit. Let's hear Susak. It's 0-1 to Daniel Susak. Well, thanks for joining me, Spencer, because you made this a whole lot more entertaining, because this shit show continues. 0-1 to Susak is fouled, and it's 0-2, so they're down to the last strike, the Giants. Can't wait to see what they say on the post-game shows today. I think they should be mad, rightly so. Can we bench Matt Chapman tomorrow? Please? Can we bench Crapman tomorrow? Can we just see Bryce? As that pitch almost hit Susak and it's 1-2. Can we see Bryce at first, Devers at DH, and Schmidt at third? For a week? Please? I don't want to see Chapman for ages. Honestly, Matt Chapman, yeah, Adames pisses me off when he's all smiley as well when you're bloody losing. 1-2 to Susak. Called strike 3. Game over. So the Giants lose. They drop to 10 games below 500. The shit show continues. Who do I usually watch after the games? I would say I watch more of NorCal. Sorry, more of Giant Sports Talk Live. If it's a game like today, I'll definitely be watching. If it's a night game, then I'm definitely going to bed, and then I'll watch both streams in the morning. But yeah, yeah. Bryce Elder is an interesting one. Why is he up here? Because I think he needs to be up here, honestly, because I think the pitching AAA. I was watching one of the Sacramento games earlier in the year, and the first pitch to Eldridge was a foul pitch. Second pitch was a strike. Third pitch, hanging changeup, which he hit for a single. You can't have Bryce Eldridge in AAA anymore because the pitching in AAA is crap compared to the MLB. He's got to learn at the MLB level. But I'm sorry, this team is too invested in Matt Chapman that you don't even get to see Eldridge play in the field. So all he's doing is DHing, which that can't help at 21. So the Giants are just a shit show. The shit show continues for the Giants. They're uncompetitive today. Adames cost the team the win today, in my opinion. I mean, Devers looked good. Schmidt had a rough start, but he had a nice hit. Yeah, it's 1:45 in the morning here. So, but the night games end at like 6 a.m. So I have to go to bed. But Giants lose 6-2. Thank you for joining me, Spencer. I'll probably see you over on the post game shows. But for now, the Giants lose 6-2. They drop to 10 games below 500. Diamondbacks win game 1 of the series, as Spencer says. Giants baseball, it's a shit show. Until tomorrow.
Thank you. See you next time.